Okay, I'm going to talk you through some basics of how to work with your website. So I've logged out. For you to log in, you need to go to your website address over here. And if you type in admin or login will work as well. It will bring you to this page. And then on this page, you need to put your email address and your password, which you will know after we've spoken. I've made you both admins, so you can do everything that I can do. So this is what you'll see when you are freshly logged in. There's two types of pages. There are pages. So I've already created a few pages. Here we go. Homepage and your next trips. And there are also posts. So you can do either. I'll show you how to put that on a menu system, but I've created those as posts. So to navigate your way around, best thing is just to go to the home page, which is the whole address. Take all the other stuff away. Now you're looking at the home page, but you see in the top here, you're actually logged on as admin, or it'll say your name over there. So to change things on a page, you can go via two ways. You can either edit the page or you can go on the visual builder. If you edit the page, as I've shown you already, you get a wired diagram. And on the side here, if you scroll down, you can see all those blocks. So this top block is that image with it says Jim and Janet's travels. These are the counters, so you can change these numbers in this counter. Some things on here we'd remove if we wanted to, like a call to action is when you want somebody to do something. We can maybe make it a contact us button and put your email addresses in there, something like that. And if you remember this, this button, let me talk you through these buttons on the side in this view. This button will get you into the settings of this row. This button will duplicate the row. If you do that, you see now I've got two. The bottom one is to delete, so I'm going to delete that. And this button is to change how many columns there are in the row. So currently it's 4. I'm going to leave it like that, but you can change it. If I changed it to 3, I suppose this would go underneath that because it wouldn't delete it by itself. So I'll just leave that 4. That won't go back. So I'm just picking it up and moving it over there and putting it where I want it to be. So that's the structure of a page. Remember, this is a section, this is a row, and these are modules. And let's say I wanted to add another module. I click on plus here, and then I've got all of these options so far, but you will never use all of them. Don't worry about them. If you don't know what they are, you don't really need to know all of them. The main ones that you will use are text buttons or boxes. You will use video boxes, and you will use image boxes. And looking for the word, where you have many images on the same place. But I'm not going to find it. A slider can do it. God, it'll come back to me. Okay. So that's the one type of view, which is a little bit difficult because you're looking at boxes. If you're good about it and you name the boxes, then you'll know what you're looking at. Like if you click on any setting. You go into the box. If you scroll down on the side here and you change this admin label, then it'll tell you what that box is that you're looking at. So this is good to get a bird's eye view of your page and just see what's going on. You could also, if I go to view page, I've changed nothing, so I'm just going to go there. You can also go to enable visual builder, which is you editing the page on the page. This might take a little bit of a time to load up. So now I'm in Visual Builder. The way I can see that I'm in it is this purple, and when you hover over things, the boxes appear. So the way to change this is, if it's text, you can just click on the text and edit it right there. So I'm going to put an ampersand there instead. It's done. Some things you can't, like that's a button, and maybe we'll put a contact us in there. We will decide what we can do later. Some things you won't be able to change that text. You'll have to click on the setting of the module. See, you've got 3 levels and they come up. So I'm going to click on this gear lever there, and then I can change this to whatever countries. Let's say it's 64, not 50. Now it's 64. You also will be able to do, well, countries and that. So if I wanted to change this image, just click on that, hover over the image, click on the image, and change it to something else. If you don't have an image, this, by the way, is what I can change that to anything, but it's called a favicon, and that's what's right up there. It's sort of on a browser. It can make your site look identifiable when people have got many tabs open. I've also made that your logo. Didn't have to. You can change it to anything you like. If you well, it depends where you're working from, but I can, for example, I'm picking up this image at the bottom here and I'm just plonking it in there, and it already was there, so I'll have 2 now. So there it is. You can see how big it is. It's very small because I just took it off the internet. Let's have a look at some of these images. You see they under a meg, all of them under a meg. You need to pay attention to that. And if an image is too large, go to something called tinypng.com. Take your image. This is very small already, but I'm going to take this image. I'm going to drop it in there, and it's 63 kilobits. Now it's 25. How quickly that was. If I go download on the side here, I now have a smaller image to work with on my website. So that's how to work with an image. We can talk about fonts and so on if you like, or colors. If I wanted to change the color of this, we can change it. Sorry, I made a mistake because I clicked on the button. If the button was live, it would actually take me somewhere. Didn't want to do that, so I'm going to click here. No, it's adding something for me. Sometimes with this view, you can't be that clear as to how do I get to that button. I might want to look at the grid view because I'm not sure how to get to that button right now. All of these icons should be customizable. So if you do have a Facebook page, click on this gear and you can put the Facebook page link in here. But possibly that will have been done for you. If you don't have Pinterest, I would imagine you don't. We'll delete that so long. Instagram, maybe I'll leave that for now You see it's already gone. So far, so good. Right, let's say I didn't want to do this, so I actually realized I made a mistake. Well, firstly, let me say, when you've made changes like this, you have to go here and save the changes. But let's say I don't want some of the, you can't tell, well, it does. It tells you what you changed. Let me go back to this. I'm going to go back to that step and go, yes. So you remember I took Pinterest out. It's not back. So let's do that again. Down here, if I go there on the clock, go back one further than that, go yes. Pinterest is back. But let's say you made a much bigger error and you want to, something's really gone badly wrong and you want to go right back to where you were last night with this page. I'm going to save it. I'm going to exit this visual builder. I'm going to edit the page. So I'll get the wire diagram again. Come on. So here on the side, you've got revisions. You can browse these revisions. Unfortunately, now you're going to get something that looks like code, and I can't understand it either. But if you see this little bar here, if you at least have an idea of when you made the last change, you can go back to, last night, and you can restore everything. So all the changes I just made, if I click on that, they'll all disappear, and I will be back to where I was before I started any of this 2 hours ago. I'm not going to do that, but I thought I'd just show you that. So let me go out of this. Not quite sure how, so I'm just going to skip back to the main page. So here we have a little menu. And remember, we're on a website page. We're not on posts. I think these two are posts, so they will appear slightly different. You can have either. It's your choice. So this menu, how can I work with this menu? Well, if you go into this main WordPress view, the view that you guys had with that other site that you were starting, so on the side here, and you go appearance, menus. For the moment, there's only one menu. Let's not complicate things. So here you can see all your pages. And this is set up currently. When you create a new page, it will automatically appear on this menu. You won't have to go and add it. But you will find sometime, I'm just going to quickly open this on another page so I can show you what I'm talking about. Hope this works for you, what I'm doing in this format. So the more pages you've got, eventually you're going to run out of space here. It's going to wrap around. It's not going to look nice. So you might want to manage that in the future. What you can do is, let's say you want to put these two pages underneath another page. If I save this now, and then I go to this page, and I go in here and I reload the page, you see I've now got less pieces over here, and if I hover over that, those 2 pages are now under that one. So that's a way of managing your pages. But for the moment, it will automatically put any new page onto your structure. I'm actually not sure about posts. Oh, won't go back. Move them around, see what happens. Okay, let's do that. Save this menu. Right, what else can I show you? A video. I'm going to show you how to place a video. I've showed you how to change text. I've showed you how to change an image. Wait, before I go any further with that, let me just talk to you about images. The page will work with the image, and it'll try and do whatever it can, but you need to be cognizant of the shape of the box that you're putting the image in, and you need to choose images that fit the shape. Otherwise, it's just going to cut the image. If I just minimize this a bit, you'll see you're now in a mobile view, and the page has changed. So this top page, you can see I can't see Jenny in the page. If I make it a full page again, well, she's on the side here. So that's going to happen on a mobile phone. If you have things on the side, people aren't going to see it. But that's just the nature of the beast. You can't get around that. So if you use images in the background, try and make them a little bit vague rather than a specific. I think this one's got this at the bottom. Once again, if I minimize this, I'm going to see at the bottom, well, that one it's not placed as a background, it seems. It's placed as a full width image. That's better. But pay attention to the width of images. Generally, websites talk in terms of pixels, and this here would be 1080 pixels. If you want to go for just a box that size, it's probably about 400 pixels. You don't have to be too precise about it. It'll work itself out. But if the image is large in megabytes, it's going to slow your page down. Lastly, for now, I'm going to show you how to work with videos. So let me see. What can I do? If I go to YouTube, and I don't really know where you've both been, but I'm just going to put in, let's say, Vietnam. Obviously, you're going to want to use your own video. Just go there. I think, no, I'm not in YouTube. What going on here? YouTube. Let's take this one. So I'm going to look at this, and
Nopuna.com is a great way to get.
Here, this button here, if I go share, it'll give me a URL. If I take that URL and I go back to the website, on one of these pages, there's a video. It's just a marketing video for, it's on that page. Yeah, there's a video. So I'm going to do this in an edit page view. because I'm not sure if that's code or if that's just a video link. I think it'll be a video link. Excuse my PC, it's slower than yours. Come on. So here's the video. I'm going to click on it, and really all I have to do is change this to the other one, paste it in there. Don't think I need to upload. I've changed that, so I'm just going to save, and then I'm going to update this, and I'm going to view the page. So we now have, it's a different video, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah. So you remember I told you that, well, it's only in the beginning, but if you hover over the video, you're going to see whatever you've named your video in YouTube, and it's going to see your icon. I particularly don't like that, but that's not bad. Pretty nice. And YouTube, you don't have restrictions on size and stuff, so you can put long videos in there if you like. It's all good. So what I'm going to do now with this video, I'm just going to save it, listen to it back, and I'm going to take a note of where in time I've spoken about things, and I'll write that for you somewhere, wherever I place this video. So you can just scroll along the, let me show you on a video. So I'm going to tell you where I'm talking about certain things, and you can just scroll along. Let's say something's at 5 minutes, 6 minutes in the video. You can go to that thing that I was telling you about. So probably when I tell you about videos, it's going to be towards the end of the video, and you can just move along on the video that I post for you to self-educate a little. Okay, that's it for now.